Today, we're diving into a comprehensive comparison between the Garmin Venu 3 and the Apple Watch Series 10. Both of these smartwatches promise to make your life easier, whether it's tracking your fitness, keeping you connected on the go, or even improving your sleep. Garmin claims the Venu 3 is packed with advanced health and fitness features, while Apple says the Series 10 brings the ultimate smartwatch experience, especially for iPhone users. But how do they stack up against each other? Well, let's dive into detailed comparison of these two smartwatches and see which one is best for your needs and style. And if you find this video helpful, please help out the channel by giving it a like and subscribing. Let's start off with the design and size. Garmin's giving us the Venu 3 in two sizes, a 41mm Venu 3S for smaller wrists and 45mm for larger ones. On the other hand, Apple goes a little bigger with 42 and 46mm models for their Series 10. When we look at the design, the Garmin Venu 3 has that classic round look, while the Apple Watch sticks with its signature rectangular design. I should tell you that this part is totally subjective, because some people prefer the sleek, modern vibe of the Apple Watch, while others love the traditional round face on the Garmin. So, if I had to choose, I'd give Apple a slight edge. It just feels more futuristic, and the display kind of pops more. But again, this really boils down to personal taste, so pick the one that fits your style. Now let's get into build quality. Both of these watches are ready for water adventures. You can swim with both of them, but Apple goes a step further. The Series 10 can handle dives up to 6 meters deep, so if snorkeling or light diving is your thing, Apple's got you covered. And on the other hand, here's where Garmin stumbles a bit. The Venu 3 is mostly plastic, and it feels a little cheap for its price tag. That being said, plastic makes it lighter on your wrist, which can be a plus if you wear it all day long. Apple's Series 10, especially the titanium model, feels way more premium. It's not just about the look, but also the feel of quality that stands out. So in terms of build and materials, I'd say Apple takes the crown here. It's more refined, and the dive capability is a nice extra. Moving on to buttons and bands. The Garmin Venu 3 comes with 3 buttons on the side, while Apple sticks with its iconic digital crown and a single button. Apple's approach is minimalist and intuitive, but Garmin's buttons do give you a bit more control, especially during workouts. When it comes to swapping bands, Apple's system is slick. You just have to press a button and slide the band. On the other hand, Garmin uses a more traditional spring bar system, which works fine, but it's not as fast or smooth. Both watches come with comfortable default bands, but I find Apple's Sport Loop to be a bit trickier to adjust compared to Garmin's Sport Band, which is super easy to tweak on the go. I'll give the edge to Apple again for the bands, just because swapping them is a breeze. But Garmin's physical buttons might be a better fit for those who love that tactile feel during workouts. When it comes to the software, Garmin has improved its operating system, and the Apple's interface is in a league of its own. Everything just feels polished, from notifications to app navigation. The Series 10 is buttery smooth, and everything just works well. On the Garmin Venu 3, there are some quirks. Things like clearing notifications or setting up timers can feel a bit clunky. Plus, the watch faces on Garmin aren't exactly exciting. On the other hand, Apple's watch faces are dynamic, and you can interact with complications on the screen, which adds to the functionality. So, in terms of software experience, Apple is miles ahead. If ease of use and a slick interface are important to you, the Series 10 is the clear winner here. Moving on to the health and fitness tracking, the Venu 3 comes with Garmin's latest Elevate Gen 5 sensor, and I gotta say that it is solid. It tracks everything from sleep stages to heart rate, and it's especially great for outdoor activities like running or cycling. But how does it stack up against Apple? Well, in my testing, both watches were pretty close. Apple's heart rate sensor seems slightly more accurate during high-intensity workouts, and it excels in tracking sleep. The Garmin does a great job too, but Apple gives you that little extra precision, especially with sleep tracking. But the Garmin's app provides more context around your sleep stages, which is useful if you want to dive deeper into your sleep data. So, which one is better in the fitness department? Well, I'm giving Garmin the edge for hardcore fitness tracking, especially if you're an outdoor enthusiast. But for casual users or those who care about sleep tracking accuracy, Apple is just a bit sharper. Battery life is where the Garmin really starts to pull ahead. The Venu 3 claims a battery life of up to 14 days, And in my testing, I got around 5 days with regular use and workouts. On the other hand, Apple is little embarrassing, because the Series 10 gives you about 18 hours of battery life, which means you'll be charging it every day. And Apple's got fast charging, so you can juice up for a full day in just 30 minutes. But still, daily charging can get old fast. Garmin is hands down the winner here. If you hate the idea of charging another device every day, the Venu 3's battery life is a dream come true. Finally, let's talk about price. Garmin Venu 3 starts at $450, while the Apple Watch Series 10 comes in a bit cheaper, starting at $400 for the 42mm aluminum model. If you want cellular connectivity on the Apple Watch, add another $100 to that price tag. Garmin doesn't offer cellular versions, so if you like the idea of leaving your phone at home during runs and still getting notifications, Apple is the way to go. Plus, the Series 10 feels like you're getting a lot of tech for your money, especially with its premium materials and fast performance. So, in terms of value, I would say the Apple Watch Series 10 win here. You're getting a better smartwatch for less money, especially if you go with the aluminum version. So, which one should you go for? Well, if you're all about fitness tracking, longer battery life, and don't mind a slightly less polished software experience, the Garmin Venu 3 is a great option. But if you want the best smartwatch experience with a great design, a slick interface, and better integration with your iPhone, the Apple Watch Series 10 is still the champ. At the end of the day, it comes down to what matters most to you. Are you Team Garmin or Team Apple? Let me know in the comments below.